What's up, everybody? Ashe, Namaste, Shalom, Hotep. However you like to be greeted, I would like to welcome you back to another occult healing session. My name is Mirage the Illusionist, and I will be your host for today's lesson, okay? Today, I'm gonna get right into it. Ladies, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to have optimal vaginal health. And you might be asking why would I, do something like that because I'm a male? But in my opinion, I believe that the vagina is one of the most important aspects of life. It's the stargate. It's the gate of life. Life comes through there. We all came through there, regardless if we're male or female. We all came through that stargate. Okay, so it's very, very important to keep it in, and keep it in good health, to keep it working properly. And I know, again, we live in this situation, we live in this time period where there's so many chemical based everything. And, and it's affecting all of us, like I said, in a video, a couple videos back, when I was talking about the ejaculation techniques for men, I was saying that, a lot of things are affecting our health and our sexuality. So, let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to go into the first thing I'm going to go into is the don'ts, the things you don't want to do, so you can keep your vagina and your vaginal health, in good shape. Okay, so you don't want to use washes, these vaginal washes with these chemicals, these perfumes, these douches, all this stuff, all these things, believe it or not, take the time to look it up. Don't take my word for it. Please do your research on why these things are bad for you. These things are bad for the vagina, okay? Douches, washes, perfumes, all those chemical-based stuff. Please do your research on that and why they are not healthy, okay? Also, I know this is going to, hit you guys hard. I know you're going to be really upset about this, but vibrators, okay? Vibrators desensitize the vagina. Okay, now this is strictly for your pleasure's concern. Okay, the vibrators desensitize the nerves in the vagina and desensitize the clitoris. It only makes sense. But again, don't take my word for it. Please do your own research if you need be, because I know there's a lot of intellectuals out there that just don't like listening to people and be like, well, what is, Well, please do your own research. We have Google, we have YouTube now. You can find all the reasons why the vibrators desensitize the vagina. Okay, so like I said, this is for your pleasure's concern. So if you think about it, if you constantly use a vibrator all the time, it's going to be harder for you guys to reach orgasm. All right, and have plenty good feelings down there. So you'll be buying more vibrators and vibrators with higher frequencies. You see, it's a marketing scheme. Okay. Another thing, special lubes. All these things are chemical based. All these things damage and hurt the vagina and affect the pH level. Okay, like I said, please do your research. You will find out. Leave the special lubes and all the lubrications. I will have in the dudes side of this video, I will have a lubrication, all natural lubrication for you guys to use. Okay, so all the lubrications, please leave those alone. Next thing, sugar. All right, refined sugar, obviously, is one of the things you want to stay away from. And anything, it's not just for vaginal health, it's also for the body, period. Sugar, refined sugar, please stay away from it. Also, and the last thing in the don'ts, and is another thing that might hit you guys hard, is garlic and onions. Now, I know when you do research, there's gonna be a lot of posts about, yeah, use garlic and stuff like that because it's a strong antibiotic. Now, the reason why I'm gonna say not to use garlic, and there are posts that support this as well, so again, do your research, is for odor's concern. Okay, now a lot of people in the spiritual community tell you not to use garlic anyway, but I always say for extreme medical purposes, garlic and onions are not things that you should just be eating at all times, every day, all the time. you know. Now, I would say you can use these, garlic and stuff like that for extreme medical purposes, when you need a real antibiotic for like a week's span, take, raw garlic, eat it raw, not the garlic supplements and all that stuff. But after that, after you've cleaned your system, you want to leave it alone. You don't want to just consume it every day. Okay. Because in a woman's concern, this will affect the odor. Women who eat a lot of garlic and onions have a stronger odor and a more foul odor. Okay. This is just reality. So that's what I'm going to do for the don'ts. Now we're going to do for the do's, things that you should do. Okay. Now, when I was talking about the lubrication that you could use, coconut oil is the perfect lubrication for the female to use. Okay. And also it has healing properties. It's going to be cleansing out the vagina while you're having your pleasure, while you're having, sex with your partner. You can cleanse your vagina at the same time with coconut oil. That's the perfect lubrication that you guys can use. And you can look up the different things for coconut oil as well. You can eat it as well, like a tablespoon a day or 2 tablespoons a day, or coconut oil is also going to help out. Now there's this exercise called Kegels. Now I presented this exercise for the men as well in the ejaculation video. Now what the Kegels are, if you didn't see that video, is certain muscles down at the pelvic floor. Okay. And how you can find these muscles is when you're urinating. All right, let's just say you're urinating and then you forcefully stop urinating. That's the muscles, the Kegel muscles. Okay, so you want to squeeze those muscles, let's just say and like if you're a beginner, start with like 10 an hour. Okay, and then work your way up, and then you can do as many Kegels as you need to throughout the day. The only thing you need to do is make sure that you're relaxed and you're deep breathing while you're doing these Kegel exercises. Okay, so remember, when you're urinating, stop urinating. Okay, and that's how you can find the muscles. So then you can do it throughout the day. If you're like laying down, you can gently squeeze those muscles. You can do different ways of doing it, like hold it for 5 seconds and then stop, or you could just just squeeze them. There's different ways. You can do your research on that. So Kegels, this will increase your orgasms. This will increase the tightness, and overall different health properties that you guys can look up. Also, the next thing is raw apple cider vinegar. Okay, you can take this in a bath. Okay, you can take let's just say you're having a bath. You can put like a half a cup. Okay, a half a cup of apple cider vinegar. You can put it in the bath. This will help cleanse. This will help regulate the pH level of the vagina. And also you can just take it as a supplement as well. You can take like a tablespoon a day, put a tablespoon in some water, drink it throughout the day. All right. And that will help. The next thing is raw cranberry juice, raw organic cranberry juice. I'm not talking about that cranberry juice you see most of the time in the supermarkets with all the sugar and stuff in the process. No, raw organic cranberry juice that you most likely you'll find at the Whole Food store. Or, you might have it in your organic section in your supermarket, but that's another good thing. Drink raw cranberry juice every day. It will affect the odor, to give it a pleasant odor. And it'll help the pH level and it'll help the cleansing process. Okay. Now, the next thing, I'm gonna just flat out say it, uncut, whatever. Shaved cucumber. Okay, what you want to do is get a cucumber and shave off the skin. Okay, shave off all the skin, and actually insert it in the vagina. All right, and this will help cleanse it as well. And you can do it in a circle motion for about a minute or 2 every day. Circular motion with the shaved cucumber inside the vagina. This will help cleanse it, affect the pH level, all that good stuff. Please look it up. Once again, the next thing, try to wear cotton underwear. All right, because a lot of these, a lot of these fabrics and stuff like this is affecting, affecting that area. So look it up again, cotton underwear. All right, and another thing is a parasite cleanse. You want to make sure you get an organic, healthy parasite cleanse. And let's see, I do have a website you guys can go to, and thelifetree.com, www.thelifetree.com. Okay, and you can find a good parasite cleanse there, and I think it's about if I'm not mistaken, about $30. I think about $30 or something like that, because parasite larvae and eggs can be stored in the vagina. Okay, believe it or not, again, you got to look this stuff up. So what you want to do is, once a year, make sure you're getting a parasite cleanse. And this is for men too, anybody. You want to make sure once a year that you're getting a parasite cleanse, because again, you guys can look up all the effects that parasites cause and all this. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna get into, which is a very powerful technique, a very powerful thing to do, is what they call a vagina steam bath. All right, now I'm gonna have a video link in the description, okay, to a woman who showed how she set up her vagina steam bath. Okay, so please check that out if you're interested in this. But I'm gonna still go over it, but check out the video in the description. There's going to be a link in the description. I'm gonna show you guys, and it's going to be to her video. She's going to show you how she set up her vagina steam bath. But basically what it is you boil a gallon of water. You actually get herbs such as rosemary, lavender, or oregano, basil, rose petals, chamomile, and also you can get mugwort and wormwood. Okay, and basically what you do is boil all those herbs in a pot of water. All right, and once that water is boiling, you let it steep for about 5 minutes or whatever, because it's going to be hot. Okay, so you want to let it steep. And then you want to, there's different ways you can do it. Like I said, the link in the description is going to show you that she did it with a toilet. Okay, but another way, if you don't want to do it that way, is you can put the pot under your chair. All right, like under a chair that you can lean back in, like a recliner chair like this. If you don't have a recliner chair, then you can still use a regular chair, but it'd be better. You want to make sure you have no underwear on, no pants on, or whatever. And you want to place a big towel over your thighs, and hopefully it'll reach over the pot area. Okay, and what it's going to do is you're going to let the steam just engulf that area, and what it's going to do is help cleanse. And also what you might see is discharge. It might be vaginal discharge when you're doing this cleanse, because especially if you've never done this before, because there's a lot of stuff going on down there that most people are not taking care of. So you might have a little bit of discharge in the beginning because it's cleansing the vagina. So like I said, you have your pot under there with the steam. If it's too hot, let it steep for a little bit, and let it cool off just a tiny bit. But bring it back under the chair, put the towel over, no drawers, no pants, and sit there for about 20, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Okay, but the best time is about 30 minutes. All right, and 20 minutes if you're a beginner. All right, so that's it for this video. Like I said, please check the description so you can see her setup and how she set up with the toilet. Like I said, it's important because this is the Stargate we're talking about. Women, you have to realize that how important you are in this world, and to realize the power that you have. So you want to keep this, you want to keep your vagina in good health. As far as, especially if you're trying to give birth to children, for the sake of your man, your husband, or whatever. Definitely, like I said, realize how much power you have. You are important. The world needs you. I love you. We all love you. And it's all about growth. Okay, so I'm just keep this video short. I said enough information. I hope this information helps you guys out. And I will leave you in peace, namaste, shalom, hotep, uh, however you like to be greeted and however you like to be left.